right. Welcome, guys, back to the Old Realms in Bannerlord, playing our High Elf Swordmaster plus Asur units only campaign. But before I get into that, I wanted to just share the latest dev blog update from the Old Realms devs. They try to do, I think they try to do monthly updates, and yeah, they've got another update for this month. So I just thought I'd quickly show that off because it's pretty exciting. So the next update, of course, is going to be the dwarf update for Old Realms. So it's gonna bring in dwarfs and also greenskins, both as playable races, and possibly greenskins are going to be a bandits as well. So yeah, I'll just quickly read through this. A little delayed, however, it is nonetheless monthly dev blog update time. Work continues smoothly on the big and small of the mountain folk. In fact, we as a team finally decided on a name for our update. Drum roll, please. The War in the Mountains. Nice. Without further ado, let's take a peek at these mountains. You may recognize where this is, Zafbar, for those who may not, as we have updated our campaign map so that you can, well, make war in the mountains. All right, nice. So yeah, there's a screenshot there. Looks like a little fortress behind a lake. This looks like a different angle. There's a top-down view of the map. Pretty cool. River, lake action. Wonder if it's going to be like a narrow map along the edge here, or if you're going to be able to go on the other side of there as well. We of course need a range of battle maps to accompany the campaign expansion, with terrain perfect to demonstrate the superiority of dwarven firepower. There's another map in a sort of valley, Raven sort of thing. Dwarven outpost. Actually, I'll put a link in chat as well, so that you guys can just click on this and you know, zoom in and check it out yourself. That down. Yeah, so yeah, there's a link to the devlog update. You can read through the old devlogs updates as well if you like. They do like monthly ones. There's another map. Also, Law of Death is being added. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new spells for Law of Death. Pretty cool. I think then we'll only have one more law to be added for the Empire. So they've got light, life, fire, metal, beast, shadow. Yeah, so shadow is the only one that will still be missing after that. Here's a little video of the Law of Death bell. That was Purple's Son of Xerios. Yeah, this mod of course has magic. So yeah, pretty much a perfect cast when they're coming across a narrow choke point, just pop Purple Sun right in the middle and their entire warband just walks through it and dies. Classic. Lastly for this month, as we continue to expand upon our faith system, we have Temple of Myrmidia to showcase. Very nice. So there's little temples all scattered around the map, and you can pray at them. Pretty much everyone can pray except for vampires. Vampires can't pray, but or if you're a member of the vampire factions, the undead factions, Musion and Sylvania, you can't pray, and you don't have any faith characteristic. But for everyone else, you can pray. You can pretty much pray at any temple you want, but if you're like a priest of Sigmar or a priest of Ulrich, it'll only let you pray at your specific god's temples. You have to find those specific ones, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, so I wonder what new... And each different temple's got its own different blessings, so you can kind of go and worship a particular god if you want. Like the elves have Vol temples. Anyone can pray there, though, unless you're a priest of Ulrich or Sigmar. But yeah, Vol gives you like 10% physical resistance for all your troops, which is pretty cool. There's also Shrine of Loic that gives you attack speed buff, I think, and there's all different buffs. There's also, I think there's some sort of system of dedication, because when you pray to one of the gods, it'll say you're now a fanatic of Vol, or you're now a devotee of Sigmar, or something like that. But it doesn't seem to actually do anything. You can just keep praying it, whichever one you want, unless you're a priest of the specific god. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if obviously they're adding Mamidia, which will have a new buff that we haven't seen before. But also, yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they update that faith system a bit more with, you belonging to a particular faith or something. As always, a big thank you to everyone who follows our updates, and we continue to look forward to hearing your thoughts as we continue. Yeah, pretty awesome. So yeah, basically just give us heads up that the dwarfs are still coming. Progress is going ahead. I'm not sure, but it seems like it's probably still going to be after the War Sales update. So I'm guessing we'll be, continuing playing Old Realms. Then War Sales update will come out, which will be, pretty exciting. And then we'll probably go back to that, dump Old Realms for a while, go back to vanilla, play War Sales update for a while, and then sometime after that, this update will come out with the dwarfs adding to Old Realms. The Old Realms Dwarfs update will not, I assume, will not include the boats and all the new stuff from War Sales. But they have said that they're going to think about what they're going to do after that. But yeah, for now they're just still going ahead with their original planned update for with the dwarfs and greenskins. That regardless of all War Sales. But yeah, I mean, I assume they'll try and integrate War Sales into the future of the mod. But yeah, we'll see if they can. But yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys a heads up about that. You can actually go through the old blogs as well, I think. How do you go back? Actually, I don't know how to find the other blogs. Maybe click on it. Or maybe if you just scroll down. Oh yeah, you just keep scrolling down. Sorry, I'm a dumbass. Yeah, if you just keep scrolling down, you can see the previous blog updates. There's the Dowie. So if you choose dwarf race at the start, currently there's 6 races, I think. So there's gonna be 8 races after this. There'll be Dowie and greenskins. This is one of the careers that you can do for the dwarfs, the Ironbreaker. Pretty cool. Their career ability is, I think, they become invincible for a certain period of time, which is pretty awesome. Got some voice, some more maps. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, new helmet for Knights of the White Wolf. Currently, we've got a bit of a problem with the Knights of the White Wolf that you can get a ward save, 10% ward save for wearing a wolf pelt on your head, but the wolf pelt has really low armor, so getting shot in the face gets you dead, even though you've got the 10% ward save. So I imagine this is going to give you that heavy armor to the head, and you get the 10% ward save from the wolf head, which would be really cool. And I think I heard that they're also adding a White Wolf, Knights of Priest of Ulrich companions to the game as well. I think they might be adding 2 or 3 new companions to the game with the next update. And yeah, I'm really excited about that. I'm really, because I think it's crazy how much content they've been able to add so fast, and how they just keep adding new content, new races and everything. But really what I want to see is reworks and fine tuning and polishing of all of the existing stuff in the game, which is, actually really good. There's a little bit of jankiness compared to vanilla, but it's pretty good. The mod's really good. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend it. It's when I first saw it before the Wood Elf update, it was a little bit too janky for me, and I wasn't really that interested. But then with the latest update that added the Wood Elves and everything, but also went back and updated a bunch of the old stuff and made it better. It's really good now, I think. Definitely worth playing, and it seems like it's just going to keep getting better and better. But yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's not yeah, it's not really criticism, but I guess my concern, my main concern is they just keep adding more and more stuff, but they don't fix it up, but they do. I'm saying that's a concern of mine, but that's not actually how it is. They do keep adding new stuff and keep fixing stuff up and everything, going back, adding new characters, and they're yeah, it's fucking, I don't know, it's really impressive, this mod. They just keep building it out more, and I don't know, they seem really on top of it, really organized and really productive, and just really fucking good, basically. So yeah, so I'm really looking forward to years and years of playing this mod in the future, as it just keeps getting better and better. I hope that I hope I hope the team keeps going with it forever, basically. You know, I used to play Prophecy of Pendor, pretty much exclusively in Warband. Like I played Warband vanilla like once, and then 99% of the time I played Warband Resort Prophecy of Pendor, which just like this was a complete a total conversion, which added so much more content. That's the like Bannerlord and Mount Blade is like one of my favorite games in the world, but the main problem with it just is it lacks that content, you know. And that's exactly what Prophecy of Pendor did. It just build it on top of that, all these different systems, new extra factions, the ability to make your own knighthood order, design your own troops, fucking unlock magical items, make friends with the elves and get elven, you know, there's all this content, like heaps more stuff for you to do and unlock and build and all that sort of stuff. And that's kind of exactly what Old Realms does. It's not quite to that same level yet as Prophecy of Pendor. Prophecy of Pendor was like under development for like 10 or 15 years. You know, it's like just so much content. But this is like catching up to Prophecy of Pendor very fast. Like it's already got you know, all these different career system. It's already got the, you know, different faction mechanics that are, some of them are really deep. The Wood Elf faction mechanics are really pretty deep for their faction. The Aeonir, like the Laurelorn Wood Elves, have got pretty deep stuff as well. The Empire's got their whole gunpowder unlocking and getting their elite gunpowder weapons and cannons and stuff. So there's all this like kind of cool stuff for all the different factions. And I don't know, it's great. It's really impressive. It's kind of like it's kind of like how it was with Warhammer 1 when Total War Warhammer 1 first came out. You know, like it's so awesome already what is there, amazing. And on top of that, it's so exciting, all the stuff that is going to come in the future. Like it's, you know, like it's just the, what am I trying to say? Yeah, like I think, yeah, like, actually, yeah, that's a good point. Like a lot of overhaul mods seem dead in the water. Like, yeah, like I think that's a hard thing with mods. Like a lot of mods, it's hard to keep a dedicated team. Like it comes down to the people involved, how organized, how dedicated they are, how professional they are, you know, all that kind of stuff. And you know, and also just how much the game continues to interest people. And there's like a lot of different factors. But I think with this mod, it's really worth investing in as a player because they don't accept any donations or money or anything like that. It's like a purely non-profit mod, so you can't like support them financially or anything, but you can support them by playing the mod and by doing what I'm trying to do now, which is promote it. Like, yeah, and what was I saying? Yeah, so I think with this mod, like it's like the quality is already there. Like the quality varies quite a bit with the mods. Like some of the armor models are pretty low quality, but some of the models, some of the armor models are some of the most awesome armor that you've ever seen. Like the halberdier armor for the Empire is just so awesome. Like I love that armor. It looks so cool. And there's yeah, it's not very good unfortunately, but there's it's a bit too heavy for its protectiveness value. But yeah, there's but it looks really awesome. Then you can see the Knights, the White Wolf armor here looks amazing as well. But yeah, so the quality of the mod is like really high already. Like some of the town scenes in the Wood Elf towns with the like little like glow lights at nighttime, and like all the scenes for all the vampire towns, and like it's just, I don't know, it's amazing. It's just insane. Like the amount of content that they've added already is insane. But the thing about it is as well, so I think that what I'm trying to say is I think they've demonstrated their ability to produce really high quality work. They've also demonstrated their ability to just keep pumping it out productively. Like this will be the third update now that's come out, third or fourth update that they've done now. So it's not like they just made the original update, it was a bit janky and it kind of just died after that. It's like, no, then another update came out that made it like heaps better, and now there's another update coming out that's probably going to make it heaps better again. So yeah, so I'm saying they've already like demonstrated that they can do it, you know what I mean? Like they can produce it. And the other thing I think is because it's a Warhammer mod, like people fucking love Warhammer. I love Warhammer, you know. People love Warhammer. It's like I think if you ever have a mod that's an old, either a Warhammer based mod or a Lord of the Rings based mod, then you kind of know that there's always going to be interest in it. There's always going to be people that want to contribute to it and people want to play it and stuff like that. So I feel like those sort of things put together with the teams, obviously, you know, organized and dedicated, obviously talented and able to produce a really high quality of stuff, and also like intelligent in their design as well. I feel like although it looks fucking gorgeous, there's also quite a few like really interesting designs and like depth. There's depth to it. That's what I'm looking for. You know, it adds depth to the base game. The base game of Bannerlord and Mountain Blade, amazing. Like fucking just like that whole like first person fighting in battles and like building up your troops and having companions and taking over settlements and being a king and all that crap. Like all that base thing of it is just amazing. You know, it's like this crazy revolution in gaming, really, I reckon. But that depth of content, that's where the mods step in and just add all this extra depth. And the other thing is, yeah, the fact that it's a Warhammer mod, I feel like it's just going to continue to have that dedicated interest for years to come. So, yeah, really exciting, really cool. There's some orc models there. There's some new mounts for the orcs, pigs, pretty cool. There's a dwarf thane, pretty cool. Oh yeah, this is where they were talking about. It's gonna be some new. So new companions. You have a nobleman companion, Empire nobleman. You have high steward skill. You're gonna have an Empire captain and Ulrich, warrior priest of Ulrich. On the other hand, in Bretonia, not everything's sort of nobility chivalry. They're going to have a new hero amongst the peasantry. It's going to be a man at arms and also a Heramalt, which I think is like a bandit, like a bowman bandit. Oh yeah, this would be it here. So that's the man at arms, peasant Bretonian. That's the Heramalt archer. And there's the Empire captain, and there's the Knights of the White Wolf. The Empire captain is wearing that armor that I was talking about. That armor that Empire captain, the chest armor that the Empire captain the chest, upper arms, and thighs. That's the halberdier armor I was talking about. That's the most beautiful armor. I love that armor in the game. I love how detailed it is, how fucking amazing it looks, the resolution, everything. And I also love the aesthetic of it, like the asymmetrical, you know, with the stripes and everything. Like, just I don't know, that armor's good, like so amazing. I love it. It's so cool. Yeah, more dwarf models. Dwarf Slayer in here somewhere. Yeah, Dwarf Slayer, pretty awesome. Troll Slayer, Giant Slayer, Demon Slayer. Hey Joshua. Yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys a heads up about this mod update. Should definitely check it out. If you're interested in Bannerlord and you haven't got it already, you can get it from Steam. You can also usually get it on heavy discount from Instant Gaming. They do run out of CD keys every now and again. You can buy Steam keys from Instant Gaming. They do run out of Steam keys every now and again, but yeah, just request a new key. They usually get some new ones in a few days. But it's like 60% off, so it's like usually way cheaper than Steam. Although it does go on special on Steam sometimes as well. Might just quickly play the War Sales update before we get started on some gameplay. So if any guys missed it, there's DLC coming out for the base game for Bannerlord, and this is it. yeah, so that's that's the War Sales DLC is coming out in about a month from now, and that's going to add ship combat. It's going to add a new race, the Nords. So there's going to be an extra faction. It's going to add a whole new troop type, Marines. So special like boat infantry. Stealth mechanics. Going to add sling weapons, a whole bunch of extra stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be amazing. Yeah, like I said, you can grab Bannerlord on Instant Gaming. It's they do have keys at the moment. They've not run out of keys at the moment. So yeah, it's like I don't know. Normally it's like $80 on Instant Gaming. It's like $33 on there at the moment. That's Australian dollars, so it's like I don't know, $20 American or something, 20 euros or something. So yeah, so if you want to get on the cheap, check out my link there, or you can just go to just Google Instant Gaming. If you use my link, I get a couple of bucks. But yeah, if you can't find the link, if you're on YouTube, it's in the description down below of the video as well. But yeah, yeah. All right, cool. I think we've done enough talking about news updates, and log in my affiliate link now. So let's get into some gaming. All right, so yeah, so those of you who haven't seen this campaign before, we're playing the Old Realms, the Warhammer mod that I was just waxing lyrical about, and we're role playing as High Elves. So High Elves have not officially been added to the game, but if you play as the Aeonir Wood Elves, the Laurel Wood Elves, one of the backgrounds you can choose when you're making a character is that you're actually an Asur, like a High Elf. So we actually chose the Asur background. So my guy, although the game thinks of me as a how instant is instant gaming? It's pretty instant, You just buy it and then it gives you a Steam code, and then you go and put the Steam key into your Steam library, and yeah, where you go. And if if you buy the wrong thing or it doesn't work or something, you can always request a refund from them. Apparently their customer service is pretty good. But yeah, you shouldn't have any problems with Bannerlord. I don't think Bannerlord has any region specific. I don't think Bannerlord's region specific or anything. I think you can just yeah, I think it's the same copy for everyone. So yeah, you shouldn't have any problems regardless of where you are. Are the troops actually pretty good? Oh yeah, so in this playthrough, the main specific kind of challenge or restriction we've got is that we're only allowed to recruit high elf troops. So if you go into the encyclopedia, you can look up troops. So you see all the different troops for all the different races. So the Aeonir that we started off as, these are all their troops. You put them in order of tier. They've got some tier 9, which is like the absolute top tier in the game. 270 all skills. These guys are super elite. Way stronger than my character is. You can see them here. So they got some like top tier armor, like elite archers and everything. That's the Aeonir. They're wood elves, right? So we're not using Aeonir. We're only using Asur, high elves. So this is all we've got. So tier 6 is the highest tier our troops go up to, which is still really high. But yeah, 180 all skills, and their bows are not as good. 73 pierce bows. But they're sort of they're pretty decent mid-tier troops, I'd say, and they're pretty cheap. Those city-born Aeonir troops I was talking about before, you have to pay them like 8 times as much as normal troops. Or I don't know, something ridiculous. Maybe not that, maybe like double or whatever. They're like super expensive. Now apparently we can recruit White Lions of Crace. I haven't seen those yet, but I think apparently you need to have at least 250 charm. Which I've never even leveled a character's charm before. I've never leveled a character's charm to 250 before, but I'm going to try in this to get that up there. But yeah, it might be pretty hard, but we'll work on it. I think we need to get 5 points in charm, 5 points in social, and then 5 points in charm of focus points to be able to potentially get it. And then we have to I don't know, level charm like an animal to try and unlock these. But I would really like to get them. They have the White Lion Great Axe, which I don't know, it doesn't seem that good to me. Like the swing damage is 93, whereas I know there's like the Blackheart axe, which is probably like the best axe you can get in the game. Well, the best axe you can get in vanilla, which is like, I think it's like 120, 125 swing damage. Although they do have 95 swing speed, so I feel like they're going to be pretty quick. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like these two-handed axes could be good. I don't know. It seems like the stats don't seem that impressive compared to stuff that I've made myself with master level blacksmithing, but compared to other troops, you know, they might be pretty good. They got, you know, decent head armor, good shoulders, good decent body armor, and yeah, decent gloves and yeah. So they haven't got like super heavy armor, but they've got you know, pretty good armor, pretty good weapon, and they're tier 9, so they're 270 all skills, so they'll be really fast. 95 swing speed is insane for a two-handed. Yeah, 95 swing speed is about the upper limit of the fastest two-handed you would see, unless it's a two-handed sword. Two-handed swords can get up to like 99 and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that combination of 95 swing speed and 93 damage, pretty good. Yeah, I mean, anyway, I'm interested to see how they'll perform. But yeah, we have to work our way up to that. It's going to take a long, long time, so we're not going to get there for a while. But anyway, so yeah, that's our thing. But yeah, additionally to that, we've got some other like role play things we're going for. But the main like hard and fast rule is just that we can only use high elf troops. But yeah, additionally to that, I'm only recruiting elven companions. We've currently got 17 companions. And I'm trying to make a squad of super elite swordmaster squad, right? So every guy uses there you go, a bit easier if I go in here. So every one of my companions uses a two-handed sword. Actually, the two-handers are on their war. Oh yeah, this guy's actually a white lion in our yeah, Elven Elitist here. This guy's actually a white lion. She's our white lion captain. She's going to be commanding our white lions if we ever get any, which we may not. So she's not a wizard. She's just a crazy warrior, really powerful warrior, with her giant killing axe. And everyone else has got two-handers. And apparently the swordmasters all have their own unique two-handed swords. Like they're all like their own. They all have their own different ones. So we've got like a variety of different designs and things for all these different swords. Eventually, I'm gonna like probably make them all different, like individual named swords with them all unique and stuff. Just a little thing, but yeah. So that's their weapon. Their swords are actually on their war gear, but their town gear is actually their heavy armor. So you can put as heavy armor as you want on your town gear, and it won't affect your Winds of Magic regen. But with your war gear, you need to have as low weight as possible on your armor. The weapons don't matter, but your armor weight reduces your regen rate for Winds of Magic. So basically, each of them keeps like a closet with their heavy armor in their town gear, and we can switch it in and out as needed. These are our novices that we just hired. They haven't earned their armor yet. There's me with Queen's Guard full. This is pretty much the top tier gear of what we're going to have. Like that's the goal. Not everyone's got that though, not yet. This guy's got Queen's Guard as well. A lot of them have got like top tier braces. Like got top tier braces, nearly top tier boots, not quite. There's just spearman armor. That's high. That's top tier helmet though, 50 armor helmet. So we're kind of still working out. See you, Rostro. Ryan. I think you went Rostro for some reason. But yeah, see you, Ryan. Have a good one, buddy. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much what we're doing. We're working on getting our armor. We're just enjoying being rich high elves, and we're currently trying to train up our next crop of recruits that we've just hired. I don't really fight in tournaments, but my white lion captain Avasans fights for me and usually wins. She's spec'd into getting extra renown from tournaments, so she gives me 6 renown every time she wins a tournament. And also, she's the greatest warrior in the world. She's the champion tournament fighter with double the amount of wins of the next closest dudes. And that means that she gets 1 renown passively every single day. So it's kind of cool if you get like if you have a really powerful combat companion, you just make them like go in every tournament everywhere you go. And then once they become champion, you just passively get 1 renown a day. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And also obviously respec them into this perk. It gives them plus double the amount of renown earned from winning tournaments. So now I'll give you 6 renown instead of 3. And if they're a nobleman and they have charm, respec them into this as well, because another 3 renown, when they win a tournament. So when I'm playing vanilla, I always marry Siga because she's like the best combat lord in the game pretty much. And then I spec her into that, and then she just wins every tournament, gives me 9 renown each time. It's pretty fun. But anyway. So yeah, so we're trying to train up our wizardry on all our characters. Every time we get our magic up to full, we basically want to go and fight. We basically want to go and fight a little battle just so we can dump all our magic and keep leveling up our magic skills. Even though we're trying to be mainly focusing on magic damage, we do run out of winds of magic quite a bit, and then we have to rely on our bows to finish off the foes. Yeah, so at the moment we're basically using using magic and bow to get kills that gives them character experience so they can level up, so they can get all their focus points in their different skills. Excuse me, including put lots of focus points into two-hander, so that eventually we can start learning two-hander, but with like 4 or 5 focus points instead of like 1 focus point sort of thing. You know? So yeah, first they learn magic and the bow, so they can kill from range, and then once they graduate to being you know, full warriors, then they learn to kill with the blade. So yeah, these little parties like this, they're no threat to us, but they're a good opportunity for us to practice our magic. We basically just want our novices and our veteran swordmasters to just unload. You see them all casting spells madly. They're all throwing buffs down. You can see on the skill feed on the left, they're all like casting spells and leveling up. Where are our companions over here? Now they're doing AoE damage on the enemies. We can't even see them, but they're casting spells.
Mounted archers, take that position.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if we watch them, you'll see them casting spells every now and again until they run out of magic. There we go. See, they're casting spells at range, even though we can't even see them.
Hunt Glade Riders.
Give them help!
Mounted on foot. Mount on foot. Mounted, purge the corruption.
I usually don't do it like quite this, but yeah. Actually, while we're here, we can just I'm just gonna let them do all the damage. But I'm just gonna cast some spells to get rid of all my magic. You see my spellcraft going up, even though I'm not actually hitting anything. Hey Hunter, how you going? Illyrian Reavers, yeah, we're more like Illyrian Reavers at the moment, but we're in training basically. So the idea is basically, so there's only a small number of guys here, so we can only kill them once, right? So we're not particularly trying to be efficient with our damage spells because I've got like more than enough firepower with all our wizards to kill these dudes like 20 times over. So yeah, so basically the idea is just to use up all our winds of magic. So you get, every time you cast a spell, basically you get some spellcraft, but if it's an AoE damage spell, you get extra experience or more experience on top of that based on how much damage that you do. So if you're just by yourself trying to kind of earn as much XP as you can, then you want like Fireball or something that does like a heap of damage, and then you can so we're trying to lower their weight as much as we can so they can regen their winds of magic as fast as possible. So yeah, this wax shoulder harness is perfect because it's does heaps better armor than what they had before and less weight as well. So I'm not really using many. I'm trying to avoid crappy human classes. I want my guys to look good, but yeah, sometimes you get some stats that are just too good. Oh yeah, my actual career. So there's a career system in this mod for anyone who hasn't seen it before. And it allows you to spec into all these special skills and stuff. And say mine actual career is probably the most basic one, the mercenary. But one of the cool things about the mercenary is they get plus, like in their skill tree, they get increase their companion limit by 5. You get 5 extra companions at tier 2, and then complete companion limit increased by 5 again at tier 4. So you get 10 extra companions. So normally I'd have 7 companions right now, but instead I've got 17. So yes, that's one of the really cool things about this. It's probably like one of the most lo-fi classes out of all of them. But the thing is, I wanted to make a team of wizards that are also sword fighters. That's my whole vision for this campaign. And so he's I think the mercenary is the best option because yeah, plus 10 companions, so again my full squad of lawmasters, Also, you can learn one law of magic. So if you be a Magister, you can Empire Magister, you can only learn one law of magic as well. But you have all these skills that buff your magic. If you be like a Grey Lord Wizard for the elves, they can learn like 7 different learns of law of magic over like millions of spells. Same with the Spell Singers. But the other thing that the mercenary gets is hits below 15 damage do not stagger the player. So once you get like super heavy armor, like you can have a bunch of low tier infantry around you, and their hits just ping off your armor. They don't stun you or anything, and then you just kill everybody. Whereas if you don't have stagger resistance, like, and you get surrounded by a bunch of low tier guys, they'll just stun lock you with their, you know, hitting you with their sticks and fucking bent clubs and shit. So yeah, so stagger resistance is really good. And also we get like some buffs to our companions' health and everything. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, so basically I wanted to be the mercenary because I feel like the mercenary is the best kind of warrior / wizard class if you want to be a warrior and a wizard. Also the Sylvanian vampire is cool like that. He's a warrior and a wizard sort of thing. He can actually regenerate his magic while wearing heavy armor, which is really cool. However, he doesn't have the 15 stagger resistance, which I think is really, really powerful for a warrior character class.
We will trample your puny body beneath our hooves.
I think I might try some sort of melee spellcaster similar to Lawmaster of Hoeth. Yeah, well, that's what I am exactly. I'm a Swordmaster of Hoeth. Lawmasters are a bit more like... Lawmasters are more like super wizards, basically.
On my command.
But yeah, I guess Swordmasters and Lawmasters are... Well, I guess I am sort of like a Lawmaster, really, aren't I? I'm a Lawmaster and a Swordmaster. I don't know. I'm confused. You get the gist of it, though. I'm kind of like a band of Lawmasters.
Blade rider, take position. Take mount. Hold your fire. Defend. Hold your fire. Colonel Sky, hold your fire.
Okay.
Stay close.
So, if it's a big, if it's a really big group of,
Glade rider, take position. Glade rider, take that. Hunters of the wild, take position. Deep wood infantry, take position.
so if it's a,
Defenders
Oh.
of the deep wood, pick your target.
this is what it looks like when they go to war. I don't know if they had full magic at the moment, but yeah, I don't think they used up all their magic in the first battle. So there's a bit less magic and a bit more archery going on than there would normally be. So I was expecting it to just be like a complete onslaught of destruction. Yeah, that kind of thing. But yeah, they're a little bit low on, they're a little bit short on magic because they didn't let it regen enough. But yeah, normally they just annihilate everything with their multiple soul quenches. But yeah, I think if you want to be a full melee spellcaster, I think the mercenary is actually the best, unless you want to be a vampire. But yeah, if you want to be a full melee spellcaster, I think the mercenary is actually the best because you can get spellcraft up. But you only have one. You only have one spell. You only have one spell law, and you don't have anything that kind of gives you back free winds of magic. So it'll be very hard and slow to get your magic all the way up. Or yeah, relatively anyway. It'd be a bit easier, a little bit easier with the other classes. But yeah, like I said, if you could probably be, I think Grey Wizard would be the other one. If you want to be an Elven Lawmaster of Hoeth kind of guy, I think either Grey Wizard or or mercenary. Grey Wizard if you want to be more on the magic side. Mercenary if you want to be a bit of a combo archer warrior kind of thing, and you want that 15% stagger resistance, and you want the extra companions. So you so the Grey Wizard doesn't get the extra +10 companions, so you only have like 7 companions or whatever instead of 17. So the squad thing is not as important to you, but you'll be way more powerful personally spellcraft. Like you'll be able to solo whole armies and stuff, basically as a Grey Lord, which is pretty fun. If you do go for a non-combat, like if you don't go for a mercenary, you don't have that hits under 15 don't stagger you. You can still get all the way up to, if you go 10 endurance, like then you can actually still get this, which gives you 50% chance to get 50% resistance to getting staggered while on foot. Or if you're on a horse, you can get 50% stagger resistance on horse as well. But I like to get that and have the 15. I like hits under 15 don't stagger you as well. So then you're kind of like 75% immune to stagger, you know, which is, yeah, as I said, I think stagger's like the real killer a lot of the time, assuming you have heavy armor. If you have a very light armor, then just a stiff breeze will kill you, you know. But assuming you got like super heavy armor, then stagger resistance is the main killer after that. But being a spellcaster, you can like just constantly cast like resistance buffs and shit on yourself. Like we've got as a light wizard, I've got this fast protection, 50% physical resistance for 50 seconds. It actually lasts for ages, and 50% physical resistance is a lot, especially if you've got armor on, because once you reduce the damage of the hits by 50%, then your armor like resisted a lot more. So if you're going to go non-mercenary, then getting like stuff like fast protection and stuff. You can actually get fast protection and bark skin. So you could cast 50% physical resist from bark skin, another 50% from Law of Light, and have like 100% physical resistance, which I assume would make you just immune to damage. Which should be pretty cool. And I assume you wouldn't get staggered either, because you'd be not taking any damage. Larlith. Larlith is our steward. Might go magic on her first. We do want her to go max steward, 5 steward, but she's got a fair bit of growth rate there. The only thing with her is I'm going to put all of her stat points into intelligence, because she's our steward. She needs our stat points in intelligence. Most of our swordmasters or lawmasters, we're going to give them put their points into endurance to try to get that stagger resistance. But she's like she's our administrator, so she needs to have intelligence. My main character's got a perk that just gives 1,000 XP to everybody in the party on some random skill. So basically all these guys just kind of level up these random skills that don't really matter. This guy's one of our new recruits. Like I said, we're going to give him a little bit of bow skill, just because at first they're going to be getting a lot of their experience from bow. From shooting stuff. So if they can get a couple of points in bow just to rapidly increase their bow skill, equip a high damage bow, then that's going to help them level up faster and get more experience quicker. But I do want everyone to have 5 spellcraft relatively quick. Some of our first companions now are already up to 150. They started at 100 spellcraft. They've already leveled up like 50 points. So we're getting some pretty good advancement going on. Right, so we're currently trying to build up an army. So we've got a troop up to 68, but we can only recruit new troops by we can pray to Shelia, get our faith up. Even if you're not a priest or anything, faith gives you ward save, which is really nice. So much strategy for obtaining power. Grail Knight just out heals the damage. Yeah, Grail Knights are don't have much damage per second. Like they kill very slowly, but they well, relatively, you know, they kill quite quick, but they can only kill in melee, so they just have to go around like manually chopping people up, you know. Whereas so they don't have the damage potential of a wizard. Like a wizard can blow up like 30 dudes in one spell, you know. The damage per second on these guys is insane, but the Grail Knight can just out heal and just kill, like just chop his way through. Well, I've demonstrated on stream, you can chop your way through like 2,500 dudes, just, you know, given a long enough period of time. Just keep chopping down trees, you know, assuming you don't die as well, because it can be hard to stay alive if they have tough troops. But it's very slow and it's very hard work. Like you get RSI, like literally RSI and stuff from it. It's pretty hectic. Ooh, what if we could siege this town? They've got a heap of lords just rolled in there. Yeah, so they took over this town and all the Chaos Lords just went in there. Yeah, if the Chaos Lords weren't there, we could try and siege it. But if they're all in there, they'll try and siege. They'll just sally out, and we won't be able to win on the field battle. If they were in the inside, if they stayed inside the castle, we could probably siege it. And if they stayed inside there, we could, you know, maybe take them out. You soloed Brass Keep? Yeah, nice. How long did that take you? Oh, so you didn't even take in your knights. You're just by yourself. Yeah, I soloed I took over a chaos, one of these chaos settlements, got taken over, and then it got attacked by an army of like 2,500 dudes, and then I did a solo defense versus those guys, pretty much. Well, no, I mean all of the army and everything killed about 800 or 1,000 or something, and then I killed the other 1,500 by myself. But it took like 4 hours, I think it was, just continuously chopping dudes down. It was, yeah, pretty rough. Anyway, so yeah, so we've got 68 guys, and we're trying to, yeah, but don't get me wrong, I really enjoy the Ground Knight, and the Ground Knight's probably my favorite character. The Bretonnian Knight, sorry, it's probably my favorite character in the mod. But yeah, it is just basically just chopping people up with your axe, you know, like for hours and hours, like all the time. It's pretty hard work, but it is fun. But yeah, I wanted to play something a bit different this time and just be like, I've tried to do this kind of thing before with like mass wizards, but yeah, it's not with the Magister. Yeah, it's weird. Like the Empire Magister, he's kind of designed, like all of his skill tree is designed around having heaps of wizards. Like you get, for every additional wizard, he gets extra bonuses. For every different type of wizard, he gets extra bonuses in 2 different ways. His class ability regenerates his magic, and if you have wizards, it regenerates their magic as well. So he's got like all these things that like power up other wizards. And so it's like he's built for exactly this type of playthrough that I'm doing right now, except for he doesn't get any extra companions. So you only have like 7 wizards, you know, or whatever. So maybe he gets +5, but he doesn't, you know, I really want like a shit ton of wizards all fucking nailing stuff, you know, like that's what it's all about. So that's why I wanted to play the play as the Merc and have like just heaps of companions. So yes, the reason why we got all those captives is so then we can go to the envoy of the Witch King and sell them into slavery, and then that will give us more influence. So we had 109 influence before. Now we're at 224. Then we go talk to the envoy of the Phoenix King, see if we can get some more soldiers sent out from Ulthuan. There we go. We've got 3 more troops. So we did all that just to get 3 dudes. And so it's like, yeah, compared to normal recruitment where you just go here and just go, oh yeah, I'll have all those guys, boom. Like it's where basically we've got this restriction where it's like super slow and difficult for us to get new troops, and then we have to try to look after them because if one dies, you know, like it's really hard to replace them. So we've got this whole like dwindling race thing going on as well. One of our new recruits. Yeah, they're going to go bow. Actually, there's a tournament on here. I'll just quickly run that. Right, so we need more slaves so we can get more troops. So I've been trying to cultivate these camps around the place and not wipe them out. Oh, the Empire Deserter clan just signed on as mercenaries. That's weird. Does that mean I can't fight Empire Deserters? There's these like blue, there's these blue bandits that go around.
We will trouble your...
That's weird. So I'm not really sure how that mechanic works, but there's like with the Chaos Warriors, there's a Chaos Warrior clan or a Chaos Warrior faction. And then there's also Chaos Warrior bandits that just spawn that don't have a lord leading the party or anything. But like and you can go for the Chaos Portal and get them to come out of the Chaos Portal as well. But if like if they come out of the Chaos Portal, then they're sort of bandits. They don't have a lord or anything. But if you're like if you become neutral with Chaos by joining the Nurgle faction when they're at peace with Chaos, that'll make you at peace with Chaos as well. You also become at peace with all their bandits and shit, which is cool. You can still attack them, but yeah, it's weird. And I think you can still attack them without going to war with Chaos, which means they continue to be neutral. So there's all these white bandits going around, and you can attack them, and it doesn't make them go red or anything. Whereas if you were to somehow attack, if you go to war with, you have to go like for lord type factions, you have to go to war with them in order to attack them. So they'll go red. The entire faction will go red when you're at war, and then you can attack them. Whereas, yeah, you get this weird thing. Yeah, there's this weird thing in this mod where you have like bandit version and non-bandit version, and in order to attack the non-bandit version, you have to kind of go to war with them, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. Well, actually, maybe not. Or maybe not. Maybe when you attack the bandits, it automatically goes to war with them. I can't remember how it works, but yeah, it's weird. There's like basically bandit and non-bandit factions of the same faction, but they're sort of connected diplomatically, but they're not the same. I don't know what's going on with it, but it's cool. It's interesting.
Warriors, listen.
It was a long time to get through all those Chaos Warriors, and then some of the other Bretonnians was awarded the keep, and I quit the campaign. Got rorted, hey? So yeah, so basically the idea is our mages kill everything. We've got some archers here, which I'll just turn off their fire at will so they don't shoot. And then we've got our infantry at the back that are just really weak. They don't even have any helmets or anything. So yeah, I don't want them to get anywhere near the action, basically.
Mount on Glade Rider on foot.
Feet!
For Glade attack.
Have at 'em!
They can't really hit them from here, but they'll give it a try. I don't know, some of them are. It's our artillery, soul quench artillery. Totally missed because I got my bow out. It makes the reticle drops. Put my physical resistance back on. I don't take as much damage. See, my companions are just shooting into the trees and stuff. I don't really mind as long as they use up all their means of magic. That's the main thing. These are just all companions. like an entire massive squad of companions. Nowhere near as powerful as Bretonnian Knight. Bretonnian Knight companions are ridiculous. They have like 400 hit points each. They're just like beasts. But yeah, so I'm not getting rid of these camps. I'm leaving as many camps around Tor Lithanel as possible, so that I can keep farming them for slaves, and then go and sell them for influence and try to build up my army. Yeah, if we can get our army up to full strength, 154, we're not even halfway. Then next order of business is to go and basically farm medicine skill. There's a trick you can use to farming medicine skill in this mod. We can go and just damage all of your guys using there's like poison, these kind of poison fog areas with the in the vampire lands that that will hurt your troops but not kill them. That will never kill any of your troops. It just makes them all wounded. Yeoman Queensguard she doesn't have a particular job, so she's just going to be building up her spellcraft. Spellcraft, athletics, two-handed are the main jobs for her. So we want to put a skill point into athletics first, at least until we get the endurance point, and then until we get the endurance and the control point, the vigor point, sorry. And then once we get that, we just go all out on two-hand up. Beautiful. So Clock Monk is our tracker. And yeah, he only needed 4 points in tracker to get up to here. So he got 2% party speed in daytime, 2% party speed in travel speed in steppes and plains, minus 50% penalty in forests, assuming we're mostly infantry, which we are, and 2.5% when increased speed when our morale is above 75, which it usually is, although it's a little bit low at the moment. We've only got food variety 2. We need to get more food variety. And then we've got an extra 2% faster when we're chasing enemies. So that's like the key. These are all the key speed increases. None of this other stuff really increases your speed, except for minus 15% disorganized state duration. After you fight a battle, you get into disorganized, which massively slows your speed down. So if you're, if you can get that on your party leader, that's really good. So if you personally have a bit of cunning and some points in scouting, that's actually really good to get to that. If you don't want to invest too much, like that's the most important, then that's a bit important. None of the other stuff's really important unless you go all the way to 275 plus, and then you just get more speed for every point above 250, which is pretty cool. But if you're not going to invest, if you're going to have a party member do it, they're never going to have enough stats to be able to get up to here. You know, they won't have high enough stats unless you're in vanilla and you make one of your family members do it. Then you can give them like 10 cunning. But otherwise, unless you're going to personally have 10 cunning, I usually just go for tracker, or maybe go for foragers. But yeah, foragers only works if it's you personally doing it. So we've got too many skills that we need to spread it, so I don't have the points to do this personally. So we could get some slaves by taking out this camp, but I want to keep it there so it keeps kind of spawning troops for us. Spawning slave. Oh, got a crash. Yeah, unfortunately you do get crashes with this game sometimes. It's not too bad for me. Some people have all sorts of problems with stability for it with the mod. But yeah, I don't tend to have too many problems, but yeah, I get a couple of crashes here and there. Just loading back up again now. wonder. Hopefully it saved after the oh shit. So it's saved way back after we it saved after we just got our extra troops. Doesn't matter too much about all the perks because they get so many different perks, but yeah, it's good to get bits of. Actually, you know what I should do? I should probably read some books at some point too. We'll go down and kill these beastmen.
We will trouble.
Same beastmen we killed before, but yeah.
Mounted archer, take that position. Mounted archer, take position. Warrior, lower your bow. Mount for Kurnos.
Alright. Let's get all my companions to ride towards the enemy as fast as possible. Speed things up a bit. Just basically using up all my omens of magic. I want to kill the enemies myself.
Mounted dismount.
Yeah, everyone's going to dismount. No, just keep charging towards the enemy. Get the horses behind us so we don't get friendly fire on our horses. And then unload. No, there's only one dude. Oh, no, okay. It's pretty cool having so many wizards. Soul Quench Artillery. It doesn't do any friendly fire, that spell. That's why it's so cool. All right, and we may as well just drop head straight back, and we'll drop those guys off. We've got a couple of guys get up, went up a level. Neman Queensguard. What do we do for her? Oh yeah, athletics. And this guy. Cool. Oh yeah, another thing we can do as well is upgrade bows. We've got the Bow of Kurnos, which is 100, and then we've got the Azurai bows, which are 50. So the so a couple of our veterans can upgrade to those. But our newbies, none of them are ready to upgrade yet. Quite. We do need to go down to the Wood Elf lands maybe and get some more Bows of Kurnos at some point. Talk to him, get our influence, and talk to this guy. Get our soldiers. Oh no. I didn't, oh shit. I didn't take him. I just closed it and I didn't get him. And it didn't say, are you sure you didn't want to leave those guys? But normally when you don't take captives, like in a battle, it'll say, are you sure you don't want to leave those guys behind? It didn't have, there was no warning. It was like, ah, no, too bad. You didn't take him. Suck it. That sucked. No, sorry. So yeah, so he's done with his tracking skill now. We don't need to put that extra point in because this is a party leader skill, so he can't get that, and he's not going to have enough stats to be able to get to the top. So he's done. But that's all right. We've got a decent amount of extra speed out of him being our tracker. And I'm like auto saving. I'm quick saving all the time now because I'm paranoid. There's a caravan here. Oh, what? I didn't mean to. Yeah, I didn't want him to hand over his goods. I wanted to kill him and take all his stuff. So I'm up to 44 out of 60 wins of magic, but if you look through my guys, yeah, everyone's pretty full. All right, I think we're ready to rock and roll. All right, maybe we should do a dress rehearsal, like full battle. So this is another, this is an enemy lord's party. So we're just about to fight him, but before we do, let's go. Actually, this will take ages. Yeah, so eventually I want to like have all our gear. Sort of switchable. We put all our heavy gear on when we go to have a serious fight. But I don't know if we need to in this particular situation. Yeah, well, the theory is if we had a really serious fight and we were worried we were going to lose it, we could go and put get all of our heavy gear out of our town clothes and put it on. But the amount of work it would take to switch all that shit over would be like so hard. So I can't be fucked. Let's just fight.
If you please. On my command, hold your fire.
Okay, so put everyone on hold fire. Now, the main thing we're looking for is direct line of sight. So, like, getting up this hill would be sweet. If we could get our dudes to shoot from up here, that'd be so cool. But
Take position. Take that position. Deep wood infantry. Eternal. Take that position. Spread out. Take that position.
put all the infantry at the back so we don't want them to die.
Glade fire at will.
So I'll turn on the archers,
Scatter around.
but my wizards are still not firing. Oh yeah, I forgot to get the spell. Damn it! I need to go to the Empire lands, and there's a particular spell that I need to get. This guy's got a grenade launcher, so I'm a bit concerned about him roaming around with that. So you got to wait for you to put the bow away because that makes your reticule move. I don't want to, I want to pull them over this ridge so that my wizards can just blast the shit out of them. Alright, once they stop moving...
Mounted archers. Loose.
I turned on our wizard magic, but oh yeah, there it comes. So the left one's there. They're doing a hex as well. That's doing damage over time, as well as shooting their long range artillery. So that was the first round. We got to wait for cooldown, and the second round will go. I think
archers.
I'll let the juniors go as well, but they won't be able to hit anything from there. This is our veterans shooting. Nice.
Mounted archers.
Alright, bring these guys down to here so they can get a line of sight.
Position.
Maybe they'll unload. They might have shot into the hill when I wasn't watching. I didn't notice.
Glade guard. Take position.
Another volley. I think that'll be the last volley. They'll be out of wins after that. It costs 15 per shot. They got about 45 shots, so.
Warriors, lower your bows. Colonels, guide your. Hold your. Loose.
Oh yeah, here. Oh no, too high, bro. I thought you were helping me. What's going on? Oh, those rocks are hitting me too. Fuck. Yeah, we're not very good in combat because they haven't even got their armor on. So this is our weakness, I think. These elite heavy Empire Knights can just come in and just kill all my dudes. And me. We might take some casualties now. If those knights go into my infantry, they're just going to murder them. Avacens, this one, Avacens is the only one that's actually a good fighter. Oh, she got belted a little bit there. Boom. Boom. There we go. Sorted out, Avacens. Got any arrows that guy took? Gonna have a boom. There we go. Take the horse out if you can't kill the knight. I don't think we've lost any of our recruits yet. But it's only a matter of time. I see that. I don't think that knight's got stagger resistance. Oh no! Oh, that's one of our engineers, that's right. One of our actors. Oh, one of our CF militia died. Dead. Yeah, see what I mean? The heavy knights they're our nemesis really. Because we don't have good, our archers aren't very good. We don't really have that single target damage. Like porcupine guy, I know. Interesting stuff, but none of that stuff applies to us because we're high elves. We don't wear filthy human clothes. Well, apart from these cool shoulder pads. Oh, crashed again. I don't know. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. Too many crashes. Fuck. Well, yeah, I don't normally get that many crashes, but yeah, I've had a couple of crashes in a row now. It's starting to hurt me in my heart. I'll restart again. Maybe I don't know, maybe this particular campaign is cursed somehow or something. I don't know. Maybe we should start a new playthrough. Once you get to tier 4, like that's when you get all the cool stuff. So it's like it becomes like there's less new stuff to explore once you get above that. But yeah. I wouldn't mind playing. Actually, I wouldn't mind playing some more of our vanilla Merknir campaign. Maybe we should switch over to that one. Since we've had a couple of crashes now already. Yeah, normally the crashes don't bother me too much, but yeah, that was just that battle was like pretty long and it was fun, but it was long kind of. Yeah, I was like, now I'm like, maybe I need to have a bit of a break from Old Realms. But yeah, at the moment I've mostly been enjoying Old Realms more, but I do have this vanilla campaign that I've been playing that I've been really liking, which is what do you call that? Playing with bandit recruitment only and iron price rules, and yeah, so I might play a bit more of that one because it's pretty fun. I just got to turn off this mod. Yeah, so we've got Merknir, sorry, Merknar, the Lord of Iron, the Bandit Lord. So yeah, might actually have a rest from the High Elf campaign for a bit, and we'll do another episode of Merknar. I know a few people were like it's disappointed that we didn't continue it, so it's back. We are continuing it. And it is Merknir? Wait up, no. So we had Masira on the High Elf. Merknar, there we go. Oh yeah, Merknar from the Schwarzkraken. That's the one. All right, yeah. So sorry, guys, to get you excited about Old Realms and then switch back to vanilla, but this vanilla campaign is pretty awesome. So yeah, hopefully you'll stay and check it out. If not, I'll see you next Warhammer campaign. Oh yeah, I have to talk about our new old Warhammer Total War campaign as well, but we'll get onto that in a second. All right, I'm just gonna pop up a link to, so in case the redirect doesn't work, just click on that link and that'll take you over to the Merknir campaign, the Iron Price campaign. But hopefully it'll redirect you there automatically. All right, new stream is up. So yeah, you can transfer over to the new stream now if you're ready. So yeah, so in this campaign, we're coming back to our Iron Price Bandit Lord campaign with Merknar of the Svartskraken. And basically what we're doing here is we're making a Bandit Lord. He's an outlaw. He's got a bad reputation with all the merchants, so no one will sell him anything. We can't buy anything. And even if we did want to buy anything, we wouldn't, because that would be paying the gold price, like a weak southerner. So Merknar comes from the Svartskraken, which are the Ironborn in Calradia. There's like the Ironborn in Game of Thrones, same kind of theory, where like the rough seaborn guys descended from the Nords. And yeah, we followed the hardcore Iron Price rules where you can't it's real simple. Basically, we can't buy anything. So we can like respec and stuff, and we can pay our troops, and we can pay ransoms and stuff like that. We can pay for services basically, but items, in terms of items, gear, materials, weapons, horses, anything, you know, food, can't buy anything. Everything has to be taken by force. We'll pay the Iron Price, yeah, or through strength of arms or whatever, you know. And the other thing is we can only recruit bandits. So we can only recruit bandit troops. However, if we eventually can get our leadership up to 150, we could theoretically convert bandits into regular troops. We can still only recruit bandits, but we could convert those recruits into regular troops. But yeah, basically we can only recruit bandits. But there are some pretty good bandit troops in vanilla, so it's actually not that bad. Much better than the bandit troops in Old Realms. Excuse me. Merknar. Yep, so we're playing Merknar. Now this campaign's cool. We've got quite a few companions in this one as well, because we've got a bunch of party members. So we've got Siga, our wife, who's the greatest tournament fighter in the world, similar to Asavans. And Apollina, my brother's wife. She's, my little brother's wife. Svana, my older brother's wife. Then we've got Avatar, my older brother. Photo, my younger brother. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. I think they're all Svana's kids. She's just pumping out kids like a madman, like a mad woman. And then we've got seven companions. So yeah, we'll get up to, when we get to tier 5, we'll get one more. And I think if we eventually get to tier 6, we'll get one more. But yeah, basically 7 or maybe 8 companions is about as much as we can get. We've got a bunch of them leading alleyways. That gives us a little bit of 3 of them leading alleyways. That gives a little bit of passive roguery points over time, and also every time we have to defend those alleys against hostile takeovers, we get a bit of roguery. But also the main reason why we've got so much roguery is that when you fight in a battle, normally when you fight in a battle, with every battle that you fight in, your troops get leadership. You get leadership points for leading your troops in battle. But if you have bandit troops, you don't get leadership points. You get banditry points instead. You get roguery. So every time we fight, we just get more and more roguery points. We do get some slight amount of leadership from upgrading troops. So every time I do this and upgrade my troops, I get a little bit of leadership from that. So that's the reason why we've like slowly been leveling up our leadership. But yeah, so basically it's going to take us sort of like forever to get our leadership up. Apollina's given birth to our sister died in her second battle. So we do have like battle death turned on for companions. So yeah, it can be pretty brutal when they die, but you know. Myzia keeps getting taken over by rebels. So I was kind of thinking maybe we could take it for ourselves. We did manage to take Revel, but that's our little town. We should travel back. Let's see. It's been a few days since we played, so I might travel back to Revel and just check it out. Mountain Bandits. Mountain Bandits are okay, but I'm really looking for. We only really want bandits that we can level up, because the leveling up is what gives us our leadership. I guess we can level up Mountain Bandits. So they just automatically join us, right? Now that we've got a perk that makes them join us automatically. And then the Hillmen, we can sort of upgrade them. Yeah, I think mainly we want Forest Bandits for really good archers. And hey, sorry. So we don't really want Brigands, because Brigands upgrade into Highwaymen, and it costs horses to equip Highwaymen, and we can't buy horses. So every time we upgrade a Brigand to a Highwayman, we basically lose a horse. And then if that Highwayman dies, then we've essentially lost we've got one less horse than we had before. And since we can't buy horses, we only get them by raiding. They're quite a valuable resource. These Forest Bandits can't upgrade anymore unless we have this ability, Veterans Respect, the leadership perk. But the Forest Bandits are already pretty good. They've got the same bows. They've got the same bows as the Britannian Fian champions. And they've also got 2 packs of arrows, 40 arrows. But they don't have the 260 bow skill that the Fian champions have. They only got 150, and the Fian champions have 64 arrows, whereas we only have 40. But still, pretty good arrows, pretty good archers. So yeah, so I want to try and get those guys back to our base and stick them in our garrison. But yeah, we're going to try and probably take over another town at some point so we can have more garrison. My kind of ultimate goal is to try to sort of take over Sturgia and become the Bandit King of Sturgia. But what we're trying to do, Sturgia's getting their asses kicked a little bit at the moment. So what we're trying to do at the moment is try to launch the bleeding a little bit by trying to, these settlements who got taken, Revel, Varchig, and Omor, all been taken from Sturgia, and now Tile's been taken as well. So if we can sort of take those back for ourselves, and then just kind of peace out with the factions that own them. That would be great. Or if they rebel and we can take them from the rebels, that's even better. Just watch the tournament. My wife Sigur will win the tournament. There you go. We on some nice new Lamella plate boots. Yeah, I think everybody's got boots that are better than that now. Yeah, we've all got sort of moderately decent low tier armor. No one's really got anything that's like super heavy. But we're doing it right. Most of our characters were leveling up with bow skill. except for Talia. She's just uses javelins. And most of our money we make from smithing. So we have to loot. We have to loot the gear from these guys, and then sell all this loot that we get from raiding and what have you. Can't buy wood. We've got a little bit we've looted from places. And then yeah, we can go into the smithy and we can use our charcoal to smelt some stuff. So anything that's got 2 or more wood is great because the smelting costs less charcoal than the wood we get back from it. Oh, these wood hammers are great. 3 wood per. Alright, cool. We've already got some weapons that we made just for selling. Sell that there. Yeah, I might just head up to our town before we get too excited. Right now. So yeah, so basically what I'm going to do is we try and fight by raiding. So Britannia hates our guts pretty much, so we can't join them as mercenaries. And I don't really want to go to war with them either because I think because they hate us so much, it would cost heaps to go to war with them, like to peace out with them again. Yeah, now that we're actually, yeah, now that we've got a territory, we can't really become mercenaries anymore, can we? We just have to wait for rebels to pop up. Well, Svana wins. Sometimes Siga doesn't win and Svana wins instead. Rarely, but sometimes. Alright, so we want to fill out this garrison. So one trick we can do to get more horses is put these brigands in there. So when brigands upgrade, they turn into mounted brigands that get horses. So we can put them into here, and then when they upgrade, automatically in the garrison, they'll turn into cavalry. And these guys, I think, upgrade into heavy cavalry, and they use war mounts, which we also don't have. We put them in there, and we get free war mounts, which is pretty cool. Excuse me. So yeah, these lower tier guys I want to kind of keep so I can level them up when they get experience. But our garrison is starting to get a bit expensive. So we need to keep making money using blacksmithing if we can. Yeah, I tend to go like, I don't know, like if you want to be a fast combat fighter, like a two-handed, low armor, fast kind of two-handed fighter or something on foot, then this combat speed's super important. But if you want to be more like a cavalry guy, or you want to be a archer or something like that, then I feel like just having more hit points is really good. Also, the 5 extra hit points for all your troops in your shield wall is kind of cool as well. If if this guy becomes a leader or a party leader or something. Yeah, so we smelted all our the things that had more than 1 wood, and now I want to smelt all the things that have really good ingots. Anything that's got steel. Alright, I think that's pretty good. And I forget what we did. Did we unlock the two-handed sword? No. I was thinking it's kind of cool to unlock the two-handed sword recipe, so you can get this one, which mainly uses... No. This one, which mainly uses wrought iron. And then you can just... we can make it so it only uses wrought iron. If you want. Something like that. Yeah, and it's like still reasonably worth it with reasonable amount of money. It's not bad to smelt for money, but yeah, we haven't unlocked that. But we can make money poles, which are always good. Did you get this town legally, sir, or did you pay the iron price? We paid the iron price. The town rebelled. We killed all their lords in combat, and then we slaughtered their inhabitants. We took it and paid the iron price. So yeah, so normally the normal money pole doesn't have this bottom part, but the highest, because the average tier is not that high, the highest level you get is balanced. You always get balanced money poles with about 18,000. But if you put this tier 4 cap on the bottom, it makes it slightly worth even more, I think, if you successfully do it. It makes it harder to do it successfully, but it means that you can get master crafted ones, which are worth even more, like 34,000 or something. So you might be more likely to get cracked and bent ones, because it's a bit harder, but you can always try smelting them down. I wonder if that's worth anything. Yeah. All these trash items. Where's a good one? Mint crafted, hero crafted, balanced. 2.4k. Oh yeah, so they're worth like slightly more than normal billhook. Not much. $342. I don't know. I feel like we need 400,000 plus to make peace with Britannia. If we get into a war with Britannia, which I don't want to do, I think we're gonna need at least 400,000 to peace out with them. I don't know, because they hate my guts. -73. Yeah, he hates my guts. So I feel like it's going to be pretty expensive to peace out with them if we have to peace out with them again. I'm not sure what factors exactly decide the fee, but like I know that if a faction really like pretty much likes you, like it's not very expensive to peace out. But yeah, if they hate me, it's going to be more expensive. So yeah, so my thought is we just try and look for rebel towns and take them over one by one. Every time a town rebels, we try and take it out. So yeah, I don't know. But for now, what I'm trying to do is just basically hunt bandits, get their loots, and keep leveling up my leadership. And just basically just keep an eye out for rebels. We can also raid rebel towns. But yeah, I was relying on raiding Britannian towns before, but I don't really get, we can't really raid Britannia, otherwise Britannia will go to war with us, and then we'll get fucked, basically.
Mess with us.
And yeah, if we get a town awarded to us, through diplomacy or whatever. Excuse me. Like if we join a kingdom and we get a town awarded to us, I don't know. I feel like it's not really the iron price exactly. But it's not really the gold price because we didn't pay gold. It is sort of the iron price because we're like, a member of that faction, and they're warriors. So it's a reward. Like even if we didn't take that particular castle, the reason we get a castle awarded to us is because we're fighting for that nation. So it's still kind of the iron price, but we could always, like, any castle that we don't personally take ourselves, we could always give it back.
We are not looking for.
Yeah, eventually we're going to end up with such an expensive garrison that we're not going to be able to support it anymore. But hopefully by the time we do that, we'll get another town. Oh yeah, I didn't check on my... There's 61 looters. I like 61 looters because that gives you a chance to
Back off, stranger.
a chance to level up your companion's archery skill.